Thousands of people are in shelters across North Carolina, including at the Lawrence Joel Veterans Memorial Coliseum in Winston-Salem. People started arriving last night.
WFMY News 2's Adori Achumba is live now at the Joel. And Adori, are more evacuees arriving today?
A number of people indeed arrived today at this Red Cross assisted state shelter. It is located on the campus of Wake Forest University, and there are about 16 of such spread throughout the state. And they are for those folks, of course, who are trying to get away from Hurricane Florence and all that force that it is packing. Now, as the weather continues to worsen, officials here expect more and more families to join the 30 people who have initially arrived here as they are trying to seek refuge away from the storm.
Really, we recommend anything that's going to be good for your comfort and safety and health. So things like prescription medications, any medical assistive devices, durable medical equipment, blankets, bedding, entertainment.
Now, this shelter, of course, is absolutely free. It is equipped to take in about 1,000 people, and they have also made provisions for people's pets. Non-service pets are going to be housed in another section on the same property. Now, if there are folks out there who are considering sending in donations like blankets and canned goods and the likes, even financial donations, the officials here are asking them to go right across the street to the Goodwill there and send those donations there and specifically say that they are for the folks here at this shelter.
Adori, thank you.